Ahoy. I'm serious. Today we're gonna be talking about something very near and dear to my heart, which is you and me and my fucking phone. I want to talk about my sort of thoughts and feelings after having watched The Social Dilemma, the responses you guys had, and just sort of my thoughts on technology and social media and YouTube and literally just everything in general. Happy Mental Health Awareness Day. I would argue mental health is probably the most important thing, because literally nothing else matters if you don't even have a reason to live. Do you know what I mean? I could be in the best shape physically of my life, and if mentally I'm just not there, it just won't matter to me that I'm physically healthy or whatever, or have money. None of it matters unless you think that life is worth living. That is why this issue is so important to me. So yeah, let's just crack it open. Now here's the thing, I'm not about to just slash social media and technology. I'm not gonna do that, because the things that we are capable of doing today are insane. We literally have access to the entire world's collective knowledge and every single person in it in our pocket. And we're literally connected to everyone and everything all the time. It takes me 5 minutes to learn anything, to go anywhere, to do anything. That's insane. And to be able to talk to people, meet people, stay connected to people. I had family I didn't know about living in the UK. And not just like one, like 3 families. 3 separate families that I was connected to because my mom was adopted and never knew her paternal father. And we did the 23andMe and we discovered all these people. And I was able to get to know them through my technology. I was able to find their social medias, find out that they're not serial killers or something to be afraid of, but that they were nice, normal people, and we were able to have conversations and FaceTime, and then I went and visited them and met them, and now I'm connected to my family. Like, that's just one little example of something in my own personal life that social media has gifted to me. It's been a huge benefit in my life. Another thing is, obviously you can monetize off of it. Branding your products, building a business. There's so many millions of things you can do through social media. But with all that being said, we're human beings. We're human beings. And that means that we have to feel loved and accepted by others. Biologically, it's imperative. Otherwise we would be killed. Oh, it's a survival thing. So we have this like inner instinct. And then we place this platform on top of it. This media platform where anyone can share anything. Anyone can clean up any aspect of their life, any blemishes in any picture. You just lead a totally fake, perfect, beautiful life and post it for everyone to see. And we're all gonna like that. Everyone's gonna like that and be like, wow, I wish that was my life, or you have such an awesome life. And 2 things are happening there. I am now comparing myself to your life, and you think that your life has value now because I've just given it some. Even though my opinion doesn't fucking matter, for 1. For 2, you know it's fake. For 3, deep down I know it's fake, and yet I'm still comparing myself to it. And 4, I know that I'm comparing myself to it and I shouldn't, but I'm still feeling the effects of it for some fucking reason. Now, I'm gonna pull up some cold hard numbers for you right now, because I could just talk shit at you all day and maybe you just won't pull anything from it. But straight from the documentary, there has been a gigantic increase in depression and anxiety for American teenagers, which began right around between 2011 and 2013. Stats show an alarming spike in the number of kids in the US being admitted to hospital after cutting themselves or otherwise self-harming. For girls aged 15 to 19, there has been a 62% increase since 2009. Among preteens aged 10 to 14, the increase is 189%. Quote, that's nearly triple. Even more horrifying, we're seeing the same pattern with suicide. And that pattern points to social media. So that's just one little thing that's mildly alarming, slightly disturbing. And you might sit there and think, oh, that doesn't apply to me. Or you could be one of those teen girls that's like, yeah, like maybe I mean, the fact of the matter is, those are just numbers that are true and they exist, but on the individual scale, you're not sitting there thinking, I'm more depressed than I would be. Like, you just don't know. We don't know what it was like without it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, my specific age group, I started on Instagram at age 13, I think. So that's when it started for me, but Jesus Christ, it's almost been 10 years. But I've been in and out of it. So I deleted my Instagram for a little bit, got it back, deleted my Snapchat, made other Snapchat with just one friend, but then I got my old one back. You know, like, I've been in and out of it. I feel like a lot of people have. When you're in it, you're not sitting there thinking, oh, this is affecting me. But it is. That's the problem. After watching The Social Dilemma, to be honest, I wasn't surprised because I knew I was addicted to Instagram. I knew that. I would sit there scrolling and I'd be like, I just don't really want to stop. I'm addicted to this. I'm just getting hit after hit of dopamine. Like, I'm actually fucking addicted to it. I knew my attention span was shorter. I knew I was less capable of taking on long haul projects that would be more rewarding in the end. I just didn't think that way because Instagram was such an instant hit. And another sad thing is that now when I do take on these long haul projects, I'll take a break and go on Instagram. Instagram's a break for me. It feels good. I'm like, oh, finally I can just scroll through Instagram. The fuck is that? But that doesn't mean Instagram's all bad. That just means that I let myself get addicted to it. I'm gonna take the responsibility. If you do go ahead and watch The Social Dilemma, the designers of the original app, top CEOs of Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest were interviewed and told us that they were tasked with making these apps as addictive as possible. They're literally designed to addict us. They are designed so that we don't want to stop, to hold our attention as long as possible, because that is how they'll make money. They can push ads towards us and then we'll buy shit. That's the whole thing. That's the whole game. It's all about money. It's all about selling a product. We are the product on social media because they are selling our attention to brands, to product, to companies who are trying to advertise. But I'm still the one that picks up my phone and consciously decides to do it. Should the designers maybe have had that ethical reflection, maybe that moral compass, moral filter to say, is this what's best for a human being? No, they were just thinking about their own paycheck. I get that. I get that, like, when you have a product, you want to just keep improving it, see how amazing it can become. But there is a serious dark side to this shit. I am addicted to it. And it was designed for me to become addicted to it. It's still my fault. I'm still gonna take the blame. I'm still gonna take the responsibility because nobody else does. People are just so quick to push the blame off on everyone else. And the most annoying thing about blame is that it's literally just wasting time. It's literally just pushing the problem in as many different places as you possibly can so that you don't have to deal with it. I could say, wait, this isn't my fault that I'm addicted to social media. It's the designers. They should have done a better job. They shouldn't have made me addicted to it. Assholes. This is not my fault. And I could just go back to, but that's so fucking stupid. I'm just gonna, it's my fault. What am I gonna do to stop it? Put restrictions on the time you use it. I've turned off all my notifications except for phone calls and texts, obviously. I don't even get that many notifications on those anyway, so I'm like, whatever. And every single time I go on it, I'm extremely aware of what I'm doing and what it is doing to me now. And I think with the mixture of those things, you can use it in a healthy way. You can use it in a fine way. You just keep in mind all the little things that it can do to you. Keep in mind that you could be comparing your life to someone who has edited and perfected theirs on social media. So don't do that. You can keep in mind the fact that this is a quick hit of dopamine and it is making it more difficult for you to hold your attention towards things that matter in life. Like big projects that will take a long fucking time. Sitting down and creating something, writing something, reading something. You keep in mind the fact that what people comment on your own posts and the number of likes you get doesn't actually mean literally anything. I'm just gonna share something kind of what I feel is sort of personal to me that I don't think that a lot of people talk about. You know, obviously since my Last of Us playthrough and when The Last of Us 2 came out, I had a spike in followers and popularity, and that's just the truth. I went from 20K followers, which I thought was insane, to now over 300,000 and like 200,000 on Instagram. And with that comes a fuck ton of likes and a lot of comments saying, I love you, you're perfect, I wish I was you, all this, just all of this stuff. And there are times when I will get sucked into a rabbit hole of me, of comments about me, of posts of me, and I will just scroll through them and watch them and read what people write about me and what people think about me. But this is just the me that they think that they know, the me through these videos and the me through my Instagram. Let me tell you something about my Instagram. That shit ain't me, like literally at all. And my YouTube videos are just scratch the surface of me, because if you think about the amount of time I spend filming my life and the amount of time I spend living it, a lot more shit happens. And this is stuff that I choose for you to see. It's not the stuff that you actually see by accident. You know what I mean? And the by accident part is the real stuff. I do my best. I mean, I'm authentic, as you know. I'm not lying to you. I certainly have not captured the totality of who I am and what my life is through YouTube or on Instagram. I can't portray that. I can't see it. I don't know what it is. I just live it. I'm just in the, you know what I mean? So nobody really knows who I am. Nobody actually really cares either. You scroll through, you might see me post a picture, you'll be like excited for a second and be like, I'm gonna comment, I'm gonna like that. And then you move along and like you forget about me for another week and a half until I post again or whatever. But then to me, I see all these comments, 1,000 comments, 100,000 likes I hit the other day. And I'm thinking I'm the center of the universe. And I'm not. I'm not even a little bit. Not even. Like, to even put any sort of weight in those comments or likes is just detrimental to my ego, but my accurate sense of self. Because who I am is, one, not based on others' opinions of me, and two, it's not portrayed accurately on the internet. It's just not. I don't even really know who I am, to be honest. And I spent all of quarantine trying to figure it out. I read psychology books. I've talked about this in, I think, another video. I told you I was getting everything straight in my head, and I really fucking tried. I mean, I talk about this with my therapist every other week. Like, I literally tried so hard to think my way into who I am, and to logic it out, and to pull it apart, and to dig down as far as I possibly can, and to tease and toy out all the strings, and say, okay, well this, I like this because this happened in my childhood, and then this and this and this, that implies this, this person made me into this, I value this because of this, the fact that I value this means I think this or this. Like, is this a bad thing? It's not a bad thing that I value this. You know, especially through Black Lives Matter, that whole movement, and coming back onto social media after that, posting a picture of myself, I was like, there's no way I can ever post again. Like, that's just fucking self-centered bullshit. That's just a picture of me who literally no one cares. I don't even care. That's just trash. Who needs that? Nobody needs that. But then I wanted to. I was talking to my therapist, and I was like, am I just super self-centered? And she enlightened me to the fact that maybe I was a little bit, and that was okay. She said that's okay. And I was like, oh, who I am is okay. What? Who would have thought? She was like, Cascina, life is not so black and white. There's a gray area in between. It's not you never post again, or you're a terrible person, this egocentric, self-centered bullshit that posts on Instagram. It's not one or the other. You could exist in the middle, and that's, I think, pretty much where everyone does. We all fall somewhere on that spectrum. So I started posting again because I knew I wanted to, and for me that was a good enough reason. I was like, fucking stop trying to think about it, stop trying to logic about it. If you want to do it, then just do it. You're not hurting anyone unless they're comparing themselves to me. But that's not my responsibility. I'm taking it upon myself right now to tell you not to compare yourself to me, because that is not my real life. I don't know how I come across on Instagram, but I'm just telling you, that shit ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. I just like posting on Instagram. I like scrolling through my own Instagram like profile, and I like looking at it and being like, oh yeah, that looks cool. And I like looking at through the years, my evolution, my style, everything. I just like seeing it change. So I don't know. And I love seeing what my friends post. I love remembering that they exist, especially in a time of fucking pandemic bullshit where I've been ripped away from all of them. I just wouldn't see them or hear from them at all. Like, it's just, I don't want to be texting people all the time. I don't want to be calling people all the time. I'd rather just sit here quietly watching you from afar, not making much contact except for maybe liking it or commenting and being like, but you look good. I love hyping my friends up on social media. I love it. I love supporting women. I love supporting people who I think are taking a risk, or people who are just fully flat out being what they feel is genuine to them, what they wanted. I love when people post stuff that just seems so authentic and so risky or so genuine or just so full of life and excitement. I love that, and I love supporting it, because I think that we're afraid. We're genuinely just terrified today. We're terrified because we're full of judgments now. It's just, I think when you compare yourself for long enough to other people's lives, you start to form sort of a checklist in your head of like what you look for when you see a post, or what you think of someone quickly based on their posts. I mean, you could pull up an Instagram profile for me and I will think I know exactly who they are just based on the type of pictures they're posting. Is it mostly them? Is it a mixture? Is it like their life, like their food, their dogs, their children? Is it like political stuff? Is it just inspirational stuff? Is it like home decor? Like, is it them with friends? Is it them dressed up? Is it them just like chilling? Like, clearly, I mean, they didn't even bother to take it on the camera. They just took it in Instagram. I think I will know exactly who they are. I bet I could tell you their age. I bet I could tell you when they downloaded Instagram, because like, I'm just so used to it. I've just seen I've been scrolling through Instagram for 8 years, seen it change. I've seen it develop. But the thing is, I've only seen what I've seen. Another thing that the documentary exposes is that once Instagram's algorithm figures out who you are, what you're into, or what will attract your attention the most, it starts to put you in this category, and it keeps you in this bubble of content that you enjoy and that you agree with. And then it's all these people that all agree with each other, and it's all you ever see. And then you're sat here thinking the whole world's thinking like you, and the whole world sees what you're seeing, but only you are seeing that. Only you and your bubble are seeing that, and people outside the bubble don't see that at all. They just see what's in their bubble, and now we can't communicate. We can't even hear each other. We don't even listen, because we think, how could you have that opinion when I have this are you not seeing what I'm seeing? No, they're not. That's the problem. Nobody is seeing what other people are seeing. So I'm sitting here thinking, I got this handle on Instagram. I've been on here for 8 years. I've seen everything. I know everything. I don't know shit. I just know what I fucking know. You know what I mean? So then I'm left doubting my own knowledge and my own perception of Instagram. Now I think I'm living in a lie, and I don't even know what's real. And I don't know if people have the same opinion of my profile as I do. I think that I'm coming across one way, when really, I could be coming across a million different ways. And that's true about everything. Everything is fucking subjective. We don't really have control over much. Do we have control over anything? Like, no. So what are we left? So what am I left with? So where am I now? What is this? What? It's a mess. It's all a big sloppy pile of spaghetti. It's a big mess. It's gross. It's unhealthy. I unfollowed a lot of influencers and YouTubers that were just not adding anything of value to my feed. Now I only follow, you know, people that inspire me, educate me, challenge me, and my friends, people that I care about. And then I've got a few of my favorite influencers in there. You know, like, that's the thing, is like, I'm not gonna ever cut cold turkey. I don't think that that's healthy. I think what has been created, social media, I think it can be a great thing. I really do think that. It might be optimistic, but I think it's true. And I think beauty Instagrammers, I think that's a really good thing. I don't think everybody has to be Elon Musk. I don't think everybody has to be an educational, political, activist profile. Everyone can't be Greta Thunberg. I wish I was her. I wish I was doing that much good for the world. I mean, if that's true, then why don't I just fucking do it? Well, I'm gonna keep working on it. Okay, I'm gonna keep thinking about that because I don't know. To quote the greatest band that's ever existed and will ever exist, Glass Animals, you've had too much of the digital love. Me, I have. You want everything live, you want things you can touch. Make it feel like a movie you saw in your youth. Make it feel like that song that just unopened you. I want real life, especially after this quarantine shit. God, I would kill to walk through a mall without a mask on. Crowded Black Friday sale with a bunch of just crazy people. Freaking crazy. Just grabbing everything they can to bring home to their kids or their friends or themselves or Christmas. Just like being around them. No mask. Just like not being afraid of the proximity. Being able to smell people again. I went out yesterday, forgot to put on deodorant. Was in the car, smelled myself. Disgusting, terrible. A crime to humanity is what it was. But when I got out, I realized we were all wearing masks and it didn't matter. The fact that I smelled, it didn't matter, and I hated that. You might think, what the fuck? That's natural. You shouldn't hate your natural. Look, I just miss that, like, people used to be able to smell me, and now they can't. Now they can't even get close enough. Me and my friends used to create these whole ass realities that we would live in and play games for hours existing in those realities. We used to pretend we were literally at war, or that we were a family, or that we were Native Americans making our own arrows and mashing up acorns in the backyard, making patties, like dirt mud patties on the hot ass sidewalk. Or we would pretend we were horses and we would run around the grass with little jumps set up, and we would be the rider and the horse. We'd just be both. I used to spend days with my face in a book, enthralled in the magic. For me, acting gives me that. That is what acting is for me. But for the rest of the world, you don't have that. We have our social medias. That's the world we exist in. That's the world we get lost in for hours. It's a fake one. It's an edited one. It's an addictive one. It's one that doesn't care about us. It's just trying to sell us. It's trying to waste our time so they can make money and waste that. Who even gives a fuck about money? Who needs that much? I mean, I just got my nails done yesterday and I got my hair dyed, and that costed a lot of money. And do I feel really good? Yeah, I do. So yeah, I would like some spending money. I would like some serious spending money, but I do not need billions. I don't even need millions. Maybe 1 million would be, that'd be cushy. I'm gonna share with some of you guys. I asked on my Instagram, for those of you who watched The Social Dilemma and are still here, why? Because my first reaction was delete all social medias after I watched it, but I didn't do that. I said, asked you guys why you didn't either. Now, a lot of you were like, well, why didn't you? Same reason you didn't, why didn't you? Okay, first of all, I asked you first, so you're not playing the game right. That's not how it works. But I didn't because I wanted to think about it first. I really needed to think before I made any rash decisions. I was like, yes, this is terrible. But wait, maybe there's some good. I said I get to meet a lot of people around the world without having to go anywhere. Self-education. I try to use my social media in my own benefit of becoming smarter. Cause why not? I love that one. Recently, every single time I post, I think about every single possible reason that posting this would be a bad idea. And then I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna post it. But then I think of one last final thing. I go, well, nothing matters anyways. Boom, posted. That's literally my thought process. That is what gets me to post. Somebody said, I know my limits and understand that while social media is harmful, it's a place for me to be open about who I am and advocate for good. Advocate for good. I found a community here. Someone said, because I'm a creeper, lol JK. I pretty much just see what's new and then turn it off for the rest of the day. Hang with the homies during quarantine. Someone just said trash. Yeah. Someone says, because I think using it consciously is better than quitting and get yourself even more isolated. Social media dopamine just hits different. Facts. So you know, that gives me hope. It's just I feel like, back to the judging and the overthinking thing, I'll literally run through every single thing I think people could possibly think or say about what I'm about to post. Because we just don't give each other room to make mistakes anymore. The second somebody slips up, we just attack. And then, you know, either they give a shit apology or they do grow and change and we don't let them. They're already canceled. They're not allowed to grow and change. You're not allowed to change your mind on anything you've said. And that's a huge thing that I try and push on this channel, is that the one thing you can rely on in this world is change. That's the only thing that won't change, is that things are gonna change. And that means you, and that means your beliefs, and that means who you are. Evolution is inevitable. I mean, even if it's not moving up, it's certainly moving forwards. I mean, maybe it's moving backwards, but the point is it's moving. And we are changeable creatures, and we should be allowed to be, because nobody knows everything. The things I've said in this video are my thoughts and opinions about them are going to change. If not in a month, in 12 years. You know, I don't know. I don't think I know me. And if I don't know me, then you don't know me. And I don't think anybody knows anybody or anything, to be honest. It's part of life to discover the new. So, have I made any definitive conclusions? Absolutely not. I do know that I have to watch my time spent on social media. I have to watch myself comparing myself, and I have to have my notifications turned off. Those are the 3 things that I know to do. But in terms of me existing on it, the content I post, even when I post on YouTube, do I have any solid reasons for doing those things besides the fact that I want to? No. No. I'd like to spread good, but do I know what good even is? Do I have some radical idea that's gonna change the world? No. No. As of right now, no. I'm just sitting here being a human, and I'm gonna just have to share that. And you know what? Fuck it, that's enough. What do you guys think? Honestly, tell me, because because this is a discussion. This isn't me coming on here telling you this is how it is. This is not how it is. This is just currently what I'm grappling with. It's open. I'm just gonna sit there reading your comments and thinking more, you know? But I do know that I wanna live a meaningful life. And I just don't get much meaning from my interactions with my phone. Less of my time needs to be allocated to my phone, and more of it needs to be allocated to what's going on right here, right now. I mean, this might be really unsatisfying, but I just have no conclusion in this video. Like, it's completely open-ended thought. You know, I'm just chewing on it. It's just a piece of gum. I can't even swallow it. It's just forever chewing. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a good day. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next vid. Okay, bye. I also want to just say that I noticed a little something happening on my social media. The Caradonna family has formed and I love you guys. I absolutely love you guys. I have not seen any of your faces because you only post pictures of mine. So that's the only reason I can't like really connect. Like I just don't know who you are. So I think each of you should post a selfie. Would you? I sit here posting pictures of myself all day, videos, and so maybe you should just post one so I can just see who you are. Because if you guys like me, that means we must have some shit in common. We must agree on quite a lot of things. So we probably would be good friends. But I don't know who any of you are. So it's weird for me to be like, I love you guys because I don't know you, but I would like to. That's that. Okay. I'll see you in the next video.